everybody.
What's up?
Happy Thursday. It's been a while since we said that to y'all. How's everyone doing? Seems like
it's been a while.
Yeah, it has. It's been since September.
In fact, it's been a while since we've
September.
just spoken.
That's true, because we missed our live stream on Sunday, and this is the rescheduled one. So, welcome! Thanks for joining. Thanks for voting. I know I put out a poll on YouTube, and you guys actually picked Derek's favorite time. He was really hoping for this one, so...
I voted.
he was one of the votes, I think.
I was the first vote.
But several people said all the times worked, too, which we were just very happy that we could get a pretty good group, and it looks like lots of you guys are already on, so... just want to say a quick hi to everybody, and we'll get to what y'all are saying in a second. Ronnie Dove, Eric Brown, Thomas Reiser, Nick Peterson, Traveling with Nick P, Travel Adventures with Eric B,
Megan Morris,
which is also Eric Brown.
Yeah, Megan Morris.
Megan Morris is on. It's been
What's
so
up?
long. I hope all is well, Megan.
Mary Ellen Dillon.
Mary
hello,
Ellen,
hello.
Yay, you're on too.
Kim M. Nice
Kim,
to see you.
Welcome. Yes,
Nick
good to
D,
see you.
the one and only.
Nick D. I haven't seen Megan and Nick D in so long.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Klaus! How you doing, Klaus?
You are on in Europe. You get an award, I feel. Thank you so much for joining. I know it's really late there. I'm jet lagged a little bit still. Like, it's getting better and better each day. I think we've been here now 2 mornings, right?
Yes.
We've been here less than...
We got here Monday evening.
Yeah. But anyway.
So 3 mornings.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing track. Yes, so...
She's still jet lagged.
The first 2 mornings
If she falls asleep in the middle of this.
Right, so let me just do my sleep schedule for 1 second. So the first 2 nights, I...
Hi, Mom!
Hello, welcome!
I can just yell upstairs.
Thank you for giving us all the food. Okay, so yeah, I guess let's backtrack. We are in Derek's parents' basement in quarantine. Derek and I flew home from the UK as planned on Monday night. We got in at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. No, we went to bed at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. We landed at like 10 p.m. Anyway,
so we landed, we got here, we passed out, it was great.
Passed right out because, man, that was rough.
So what we're doing is we are quarantining down here, which is great because there's a separate entrance and all this kind of stuff, so we're good, keep the family safe, and then hopefully on Saturday, we're going to go get COVID tests from CVS, which is weird because they have you do it yourself, so you got to jam it up your nose.
Well, we're going together, so we get to do it to each other.
Yeah, I told her she can stick it up my nose if I could stick it up her nose, so
and then
that'll be fun.
Hopefully all will be good from that, and we're, of course, going to follow all the CDC guidelines as such. Even if we get the results back quickly, we'll still be quarantining until they tell us, until everything is correct. So.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, if we get our results back and it says negative on, like, Saturday night, that we've only quarantined for 5 days. So we still would have to quarantine for...
Okay, 2 more days, maybe.
For Saturday,
so, yeah, so that's what we're doing, and then we'll be in kind of like a family bubble over here with my folks as we go into the holidays, and that'll be that. So...
Yeah, Eric... he said when he got his test, his eyes watered for like 10 minutes. Yeah, so I got tested in June, as I mentioned on one of the live streams a while ago, and I was negative. Didn't have any symptoms. I just had potential exposure vis-a-vis things, people, and it was very uncomfortable. And I remember when we found out that the test was like. You have to do it yourself at CVS now. I was just like, what? How would anybody be able to do that to themselves? Like, it's like inflicting pain on yourself. I don't know. It just seems weird and wrong. So we're gonna do it to each other.
Yep.
So that way at least Hopefully it'll be done, correctly. Although I do know how it's supposed to feel. I just can't imagine doing that to myself.
So I was reading this stuff for it, and it said like basically like shove it up there until you hit resistance, and I'm just like, what's the resistance?
Well, okay. There's
and
resistance.
Then swirl
yeah,
it around.
Yeah, that's
or
the thing
like
is like
that,
the swirl part. It's like I can't. Anyway, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we'll report back on Sunday on our next live stream that hopefully you guys will join as well. Anyway, we don't have to talk about.
Welcome, Travel Best Destinations.
Welcome, guys.
And Scorpio Sue.
Sue, welcome. Lori
How you
Sims,
doing?
welcome. I'm so sorry if I've missed anybody. Saying hi to anyone. But we're just really glad you guys are all here.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Lori says she missed the travel recap. Hey, Mozon, what is up?
Mo! Oh, I know, the UK Friendly Times. You get an award too. We gave one to Klaus. You get an award as well for joining.
Thank you.
so late.
Yeah. Musings at Midlife. Hello.
Hi, Laura.
Good
Musings at Midlife. Welcome.
So what I was going to say for those who just joined, we did make it back Monday evening, so we've been back a little bit.
Yes.
We're still waking up relatively early. Eliz is up usually
so
at like 5
the first 2 nights
something.
I woke up at 5.
Yeah.
And then today I woke up at 5:45.
She slept in.
So yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I get up around like 6 something. But yeah, no, it's good. We've been using like working out in the mornings and like all that good stuff. It's it's good. Makes me feel a little bit more productive.
Yeah. So we're in the basement, right? And there's the office space here, and there's also like a home gym.
Home gym, yeah.
So we have.
So I'm ellipticaling and treadmilling. It's great.
I mean,
awesome.
we are spoiled right now because we hadn't had any sort of gym equipment for 3 months.
Yeah.
And
we got a mini fridge, which is basically a regular fridge in the UK.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Toaster oven and a microwave. I gave a little tour of our quarantine kitchen on my Instagram stories yesterday morning. If any of you guys watched that. And so Derek's parents have set us up so well. Yep. So shout out to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric and Darlene.
Thank you, Eric.
And Eric Zacarias is on Christmas with your parents and younger brother.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
Exactly. And the dog.
And
So
Zoe.
No, Lexi.
Lexi. No, God, I'm so sorry.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
No.
Lex. So all right.
Lexi
so my parents' dog
coming.
Lexi is the most hungry pup. It just is constantly.
We think she's glad that we're back,
food.
but really she only comes to visit us downstairs.
Lunchtime
when we have
and dinner time. She hears our microwave go off and she's at the door. Like.
Otherwise, she's not here.
And as soon as the food is like clearly gone, she runs back upstairs.
Yes.
We're just like, she's using us.
She totally is.
But I don't mind because, we get to play with the dog a little bit. So that's
Lexi, we're calling you out.
calling you out, Lex. All right, but we did have a few things up here that we should probably talk about real quick.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I just heard Lexi, like, her little
run
pitter-patter
across.
run across.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, they got me.
They found me out. Ronnie Dove is not feeling good. He's got a fever and a headache.
Oh no,
Ooh.
Ronnie.
Hope you feel better, and if
Get
it
better.
persists, definitely go get tested.
Yeah.
Nick P is saying, well, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to see if Ronnie said anything else to that,
cool.
because I know that Nick P asked if he had gotten tested.
He said no.
Oh. You
Okay.
can get tested on Saturday too. That's what all the cool kids are doing.
Okay. No. Okay, Nick P is, so for those who don't know, Nick is over in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, doing some like Christmas time deliveries for the Eau Claire.
This is that French word that I don't know how to say. Oh gosh, wait a minute. Who's here?
I don't know. The door opened and closed.
Opened and closed. I thought it was Lexi, but then when it closed, it was...
I actually can't see Lexi.
What's she doing? Anyway, sorry everybody. Nick saying, hi from Eau Claire, having a blast working this Christmas season in a new city. Yes, how very cool is that? The people here are so awesome and friendly. I go back home to Minnesota on the 29th. That's really nice that you're giving your work time and your holiday season to a different city. I'm sure that everybody is really appreciative of that.
So Nick P is also saying they just had a ribbon cutting ceremony for my hotel tonight. Always good to get free food and free beer. Yes, it is.
Nice.
It's a Residence Inn, and it just opened 2 weeks ago. Ooh, rough time to open during now.
Yeah.
2020. That's tough on hotels, but cool that you got free food and beer. That's awesome.
Yeah. I hope that it was like very socially distanced. Sorry, there's. Did they get her? Eric Zacarias and Darlene Zacarias, please let us know in the chat.
No, stay away from that.
Oh gosh. Is Lexi okay? Yeah. Okay. Did they send her down here? Or did she just kind of like make her way? Okay, Lexi's gonna make an appearance on this live stream because she clearly was seeking us out. Were you mad at us because we called you out for being hungry?
Okay. What's up, pup?
Anyway, so this is Lexi. Yeah, and she's hungry all the time. Yeah.
Nope, she wants
Goodbye.
that. Okay. All right, what do we got? So,
So Nick was telling us about the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hi.
Nick D, everyone's watching should change to blue clothing to match you guys.
For sure. I mean, that's what you have to do when you're watching a live stream is you have to match the people.
I did not know she put on that blue blazer when I put on my sweatshirt. I purposely actually didn't wear another sweater that I thought would match her shirt, so that's kind of funny.
And I have a blue cup too. We're doing a blue theme.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim M says, do you find jet harder there or home?
Jet lag. Was jet lag harder going there or coming back?
I would say going there is usually harder for me and probably was harder too, just because you take a red eye. I've always taken a red eye to Europe. I know that there's a few flights a day during normal times that aren't, but we've took a red eye and it's just like never enough time to sleep. It's never a full night's sleep, and I'm always usually pretty like. Not stressed, but I'm not stressed when we're flying and stuff. And like just the prep of like packing and making sure you have everything and you know. So I think getting there, I was definitely like on edge, couldn't sleep well on the plane, and then I was just exhausted, and I couldn't sleep like in the evenings for those first few nights, so I started joining like the Walter's World and like Galvanting Gals live streams and stuff when I couldn't sleep, and it just was this vicious cycle of like stimulating my brain. So yeah. That's
definitely true, and I think that coming back, like Eliz said, you know, because you're just up, and as long as you can just kind of like push through it. Getting here, I mean, you usually will just pass out as soon as you get home.
Yeah.
Which is what happened to us, right? We got here at 11 something, passed out, woke up, and while we've been waking up earlier than we typically would, I was actually personally really excited about that because I was like, oh, this would be a good like reset to say, become a morning person. It's like, you know, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to start waking up, you know, before 6 a.m. hopefully most days, work out, do all that good stuff. So trying to start those New Year's resolutions early with a little hacking from jet lag.
Totally. Sorry if I've missed anybody's questions, by the way. We did kind of like zoom backwards.
So the test hurt. Yeah, Eric B's eyes, yep. Lori Sims missed the recap, but we kind of redid it again. Okay, so Nick P says the test up the nose felt like it was still up there for 3 hours afterwards. It was so weird. Ooh.
Yikes.
That would not be pleasant at all. Yeah, again, Mo, sorry about the UK friendly times. That's
But thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for jumping on.
How's
But
the motorcycle?
we will actually, I think, right? We will be moving back to Sunday mornings.
Well, we're
right,
definitely doing Sundays the rest of
the year.
2020, and then we're gonna see how that works out. If you guys are joining Sundays, and if because we used to do these Thursday night times for quite a long time, for many months. And we miss them. We miss being able to. We're actually not drinking like alcohol right now.
Tea.
We're just drinking tea, but we miss kind of having those more happy hour type things with you guys too. So yeah, so I guess keep us in the loop of like which times work best, and if there's ones, the Sundays work for some people and not others, and.
But Mark Finley, hello. What's up, Mark?
Hi, Mark Finley. Welcome. Great to see you again. I feel like we keep missing you because I know you join at the end sometimes on our live streams on Sundays, but really glad that you were able to join today.
Yeah, we do have a cute little quarantine kitchen set up, which will tide us over until we can go upstairs and use the real stuff.
Yeah.
We even have hot water, like an electric kettle, and then we also have a French press, so we're able to make very tasty coffee in the morning.
Yeah, and Glenn Camp is on. Welcome, Glenn.
Michelle Tessier.
Michelle's on. It's been so long.
What's up, Michelle?
Thank you. And Glenn says, when are we coming back? We are back.
We're here.
So we had a whole flying experience on Monday.
It was basically it wasn't quite 24 hours, but it was like 22 hours of travel.
It felt a lot shorter than going to the UK felt to me. And I don't know if it's because our layover was shorter or what. And we stayed at an airport hotel. And so we
stayed at the Sofitel at London Heathrow, which was a nice hotel.
It's literally attached to Heathrow Terminal 5. So if you're flying American Airlines back to the US like we did, then it almost always flies out of Terminal 5 to any US destination. Yep. And so we didn't even have to really go outside. We just did because we were like, we want the fresh air before we get on the plane. But like you could literally roll your suitcase from your room all the way to your airplane and like sit without ever going outside. So yeah, it's super convenient, and maybe that was another element of why it felt a little bit shorter, is that we kind of felt like we just like started at the airport, if you will.
So that was nice, but and we did have the benefit of going into London that last day before we came back, because all right, so I guess we haven't really talked in a while, so I guess we would tell about like what's happened since the last time we spoke, right?
Sure.
Which was...
What's happened, Derek? Where have we been? Because we were in the Highlands last time we talked about.
We were in the Highlands, yeah, we were in the Highlands last time.
I think we were in Port Ree.
So after Port Ree, we went down to the Borderlands area, and Eliz got to see her ancestral tower home thing.
That's not true. After Port Ree, we went to Oban.
Well, I know, but I forgot about that. Guys, we traveled so much.
After Port Ree, we went to Oban, which is still in the Highlands.
Oban is awesome, guys.
And so we had been in the Highlands for, I think it was like exactly 4 weeks when we finally made it to Oban. And because the Highlands are just so sparsely populated and so remote, we got to Oban, which if any of you guys have been there, this is like comical. And I was literally like, this place is huge.
It's a metropolis.
Massive. This is a bustling metropolis.
Well, it's so much bigger than Port Ree.
It has a super jug and a Boots.
It's so much bigger than like Port Ree. It's basically bigger than anything we had been in since Inverness. And Inverness is obviously much bigger than Oban.
And it had been a while.
But that had been a while. Inverness. That was like almost 2 weeks between Inverness and when we made it down to Oban.
Yeah.
Because I think it was about 14 days that we were on the NC 500 plus sky. Yeah. And so we get to Oban. We're both just like, what do we do? There's multiple streets. There's not just one street. What do we do?
Like, and the stores are not closing at 4:30 here. They close at 6. This is
crazy. Yes, it was great.
We have time to shop.
So what we ended up doing was we actually did a distillery tour while we were there. Finally got my distillery tour in before the end.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
So
actually went to the Oban
tour
distillery.
Was really well set up in terms of socially distanced.
Yep.
They only allowed 2 couples on the tour. There were 2 couples, include us and then one other. Everybody wore masks the whole time, and the rooms. The reason why there was so few couples is the rooms were conducive to that amount of people for social distancing.
That said, they did say we were the first full tour that they had in like 2 months.
Correct. Yeah, they said they were like, we have not had this many people
at one time.
Yeah.
And we had actually booked it kind of last second. Like we were driving to Oban, and we realized, okay, we will make it on time. So we called up, and they're like, well, you can join the 3:30 tour, and we're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was actually really fun. It was my first, whiskey distillery tour.
It was only my second.
They gave us a bunch of samples to bring home, so we actually have a bunch of samples with us because you weren't able to actually drink them there.
Right. Because without food in that area of Scotland, you
can't do drinks.
You are not allowed to be served alcohol.
So they gave them as like little things to take with us.
I think they're called nibs, but it was like a DIY nib.
I don't know. Whatever it was I tasted the 3 different kinds that they gave us at the hotel then later when we got to London. And I will say that straight out of the cask, like, not aged all the way. It was like 9 years, I think. That was rough stuff. Like, that was much rougher than, like, the 14-year. Then you taste that and you're like, oh, that's so much easier to drink.
Yeah.
So that was all really cool and interesting. And Oban is actually within the Highlands, or within Scotland. It is, like, the easiest. I think it's considered the easiest distillery tour to go to because it's in a town.
Yeah.
A lot of people stay in Oban, so it's super easy to tack on to a stay.
Distance, like 5-minute walk from our hotel.
It's downtown. I mean, it's right there. So super easy, and if you're there, definitely do it.
If we had been drinking, it would have made that easy as well. So yeah. Anyway, that was really, really neat. And just being in Oban, it's right on the coast. Has a cool harbor, and we saw a bunch of rainbows. That was an excellent way to end our time in the Highlands. Then we drove straight from Oban down to the border, basically.
Yep.
We had stayed at this place previously in Moffat, Scotland.
Yep. The place that we got towed from, actually, the first time. It was the same. We got there, and the lady who runs the place was like, weren't you guys here before? We're like, yeah, we got towed. She's like, oh, yes!
She's like, you guys.
You! We didn't get towed this time. Yeah. Spoiler alert. But, no, it was good. So we did all that, and then we went down to Gilnockie Tower.
Right, so that was super cool. Even if you're not an Armstrong like myself, Gilnockie Tower is the Clan Armstrong Museum. But what was super nice about visiting there was the person who works there, like the main guy, Ian. He is just a wealth of knowledge about the what is it called?
The reavers.
The border reaver history within that area.
Which a reaver is basically like a land pirate. Like they just went out and like
pretty much. I hadn't heard you say that before, but yeah.
I like it. I think it's apropos.
It's a land pirate.
A land pirate.
Yeah, which is basically like the entire Armstrong clan, plus like Elliott's, Fenwick's,
the Littles, all these people.
Yeah,
so,
like
all the Reaver country. So basically, it was like there was a season for like, okay, we've taken care of our stuff. Let's go steal somebody else's now, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was interesting. It was kind of cool. And then I found out that I had left my jacket in Moffat, so I had to drive all the way back up to Moffat, which was an hour away, and then drive on down. So
that added a lot of time. That added 2 hours to our journey. But then, so we entered back into England the day after the lockdown ended. And we went to York.
Which, oh my God, guys, York, amazing.
It's beautiful.
I would live in York.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
I can see what everybody loves about it. I think my exact words to Derek were, "I can't believe I haven't been here yet."
Well, no, I don't think it was that. I think it was, I'm mad I haven't
been here yet.
Yeah, it was like, why haven't I been here?
Yeah, because I've been a lot of places in England and the UK, and I was genuinely like, this place is
so
awesome.
Nice.
And I'm sure it's even better when you would feel comfortable like going to bars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, they still had some of their like shambles markets open and stuff like that. So that I was actually kind of surprised by that, but it was like a mini Christmas market type thing with like mulled wine and all that kind of stuff. Which I got some mulled wine. It was delicious. It was so good.
They had like ornaments. Handmade ornament stalls and
Yep.
you know, like just Christmassy things.
Yep.
So that was really really nice. And I just walking around the city, it's so medieval, and the Vikings, I guess, actually founded it. Right? It was founded by the Vikings.
They were a big part of it.
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely Viking history. I think there's even a Viking museum there, which we did not go to that either because it was indoor. But just walking around was excellent. So we were there for 2 days, and then we made our way down to Heathrow and drove direct from York to Heathrow. So we were very, I guess, just. We found it important to drive through the worst hit areas of the UK very quickly and just not stop. And we were able to do that, which hopefully allowed us to stay safe and healthy.
Yep. So that's kind of... So York was great, though. Then we ended up down in Heathrow, stayed there, went into London, saw our Fifi Toffee friends again. So we got to hang out with the pup.
We went on a walk around Mayfair in London with one of the dogs again, and we were able to film and take pictures a little bit, but it's such a fun way because it's like an outdoor activity. We're able to socially distance, and I got to pet a dog, so I was super happy.
All right, so but then we came home. So now let's get back to, in case there are some questions that need to be answered. Sorry, just
and
trying
Nick
to
says
catch
it's Eau Claire. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
So it's so funny. Those French words are
Darian.
Sound so similar to me. Hi, Darian.
Darian, howdy. How you doing?
Welcome.
Good to see you. And Scorpio Sue liked Lexi, so that's cool. Jim Bren, welcome back, guys. Thank you, sir. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Jim.
Musings at Midlife, I agree. Lexi is quite the cutie. So, traveling with Nick P. Yeah, it was only about 25 people there. Wasn't too big here at the hotel. Mask and distance for sure.
Good.
That's good to hear.
That's nice that you got to participate in that then.
A lot of people like Lexi. Eric B, I wear a lot of blue, but all white at the moment. Very cool. After Labor Day, too. You are a trendsetter, Eric B.
When does after Labor Day start and before Labor Day begin? I
guess that's true. In January it comes back. I don't know. I don't know when I don't know. I'm not a fashion person, as you can tell, guys. Come on.
I did buy both of the things that you're wearing right now.
I know. As I said, not a fashion guy. Katie Smith, welcome. What's up, Katie?
Welcome.
How you doing?
If anybody has questions for us just about our journey, about our final time in the UK, anything like that.
All right, so...
Or other travel questions or questions.
Darian saying it's hard for me on
Quarantine
Sundays
questions.
to see you live. I've been watching the replays. Thanks for watching those. We appreciate
Darian.
it. Lori Sims, yeah, I like Sunday AM here in California. Great way to start my day. Coffee and newspaper. Nice.
I actually agree with you, Lori. I like when the Walter's World folks do their Saturday morning ones, and I get to start my day with them and like eat breakfast and drink my coffee with them.
Yeah. And I'm actually kind of curious, Lori, do you use is it a physical newspaper that you're reading, or is it like phone, electronic? Just kind of curious, because I'm always kind of curious on how many people actually are still getting like the physical print copy and whatnot.
I think my parents still get a print copy.
Yeah. All right, so Nick P says, I may not be on again before Christmas. If not, Merry Christmas to everyone. I'm working a ton of hours for the USPS this season, so probably delivering every day through Christmas Day.
You're a hero, and all of the postal workers, you know, in the U.S. and elsewhere are absolutely necessary. And I mean, you guys are doing so much for us as a society right now. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you
for what you're doing.
Lori Sims says how we enjoyed the small things in life when we were not had them for a while. LOL. Yes, I agree. So Scorpio Sue, question: Where is Scotland on the I wouldn't mind living there list?
Oh wow. Yeah, I love Scotland.
I'd live there.
What was hard was the amount of daylight that we were experiencing. I think that would probably be something that would maybe get old, year after year. But it's the reverse, of course, in the summertime. So I'm sure everybody's just used to it. But we were at a point of only having like 7.5 hours of daylight each day. The sun would go down at 3:30 in certain parts of the Highlands. So that was hard to plan around, even, like, because we just didn't enjoy driving at night because it's dark. There's not like street lamps or anything like that. So unless you're in a bigger city.
Yep. It was actually funny. It was like driving back once we actually landed in the U.S. and we're like on the highway. I'm like, this is such a well lit highway. Holy cow! I was like, I'm not used to this. I will say it was weird driving back on the right side of the road.
Yes, that was super weird.
That was actually weird after 3 months of driving on the left.
And Derek was like definitely, trying to be in the right-hand lane the entire time. Luckily, there was like nobody on the road.
Yes, thank goodness.
but that was a super strange shift where it felt weird when we just started driving on the left in the UK, and then it felt weird coming back and driving on the right. So.
Definitely. But yeah, no, I'd say that Scotland's pretty high on that list of places I wouldn't mind living. I mean, but after going to York now, I'm like, York is like super high on that list of like, great. I would live there.
So Scotland's, I would live in probably...
Edinburgh. I'd love to live in
Edinburgh is beautiful. I hear Glasgow's a great for like being livable. Like great restaurants, great nightlife, great culture. But I don't know. The places in Scotland that we've really enjoyed are like Oban and Isle of Skye. So I guess it'd be like, if it's a second home, definitely somewhere more rural with a lot of hiking. If it's my only home, I would choose one of the cities.
Yeah. And, it's kind of weird not being able to have gone to like Glasgow or Edinburgh this time when we typically would go and stay there for at least like a long weekend or something when we go. Yeah. Irish in the USA, I don't know if you have any questions, give them to us and we'll answer them. I haven't seen you have a question pop up.
Welcome.
And welcome.
I think that's Catherine, Irish in the USA. I'm pretty sure. But thanks for joining.
Okay.
Not Catherine from London. I think it's somebody named Catherine.
Oh, and not Kathy the Italian.
No.
Okay, cool. All right, Muses in Midlife. Is York where they grow the peppermint patties? I didn't know those grow on trees. Chocolate, yum. No, is that? I don't know. Do you know? York peppermint patties? Are those from York?
I don't think so. But maybe
tell us if they are.
There was a moment when we were walking through York that we smelled chocolate as if it was like a
and there is definitely like a history of chocolate in York. There's actually at least 2 museums in York that deal with like candy and chocolate. There's like the York Chocolate Experience and something else.
Yeah.
Candy Story or something like that, which is pretty cool. And there's a number of cool museums in York that I wish we'd gotten a chance to go see. Like there's one called like Jorvik, which was the Viking name for York, and it's like this whole like interactive like Viking exhibit. So maybe next time.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go to a lot more things that we saw in York, but we only were focused on like outdoor stuff.
Yep. And Thomas Reiser, thank you for pointing that out. American is actually normally out of Terminal 3, which is true. Terminal 5 is actually the British Airways terminal. So
oh, really?
You go there and it's almost all British Airways.
But every time that you've flown American...
I've only flown American back home once.
In my other travel vlog that I showed on this channel where I met you at the end of the vlog, because I flew Delta and you flew American, I met you at Terminal 5.
I think I flew BA.
Oh, you...
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my BA flight where I was like, I don't like BA's business class.
Oh.
Because I'm fancy.
Okay.
But what is cool is we flew first class coming back, and because points, and it gave us access to the first class lounge of BA's, which is like a pretty nice lounge.
That was
pretty nice. That was pretty cool.
I know I keep referencing my Instagram stories, but for those of you that saw my Instagram stories, you saw that there was a life-sized horse lamp. And my cousin messages me. He works at Wayfair, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe those actually exist. We sell those on Wayfair for $7,000 each." And first of all, there were 2 of them in the lounge, and he's like, "We always joke who would ever buy this."
British Airways, buddy.
And I'm like, I saw it in the wild.
That's funny. Megan Morris, are you guys ready to reveal your travel plans for 2021?
No. And honestly, it's because we would be making them based on a vaccine rollout and just like other COVID data, most likely.
Well, yeah, that would be a part of it. I mean, it also comes down to like just what numbers look like and what family is doing and how they're feeling about things. Because if we did travel, we'd probably look to travel where we have family. And friends that we could then like form bubbles with for periods of time. So, that's kind of what we'd be hoping to do.
Yeah, so we're not quite ready. And we're just focused on spending the time with our families, with our family that we're here with. And then our nephew's supposed to be born in the next couple weeks too, so we'll be here for that, like in the area. For that, and then beyond that, we've been talking about going out west, but we don't quite know if that looks like January or February, and there's a few other like I's to dot and T's to cross around that. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it would be great to go to the Southwest in like January, February, when it's cold as heck here in Indiana, and it's warm there. That'd be really nice.
Sure would.
Wish I had an aunt and uncle that lived in Miami. That'd be cool too. But we're probably not going that way. So.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got? We got Thomas Reiser's out taking pictures of Christmas decorations. That's cool.
Yeah, he's been all over that. I've seen that on his Instagram.
That's awesome. I can't wait to like go out and like. Well, first of all, I can't wait to go upstairs and see like the Christmas decorations that my parents put out. Because I'm like, they always do really nice beautiful Christmas stuff, and it's like, I can't wait to do that. That's gonna be cool to see. But yeah, no, I can't wait to get out and see some Christmas decorations. We saw a couple while we were in Scotland. Like there was a few houses that were like decked out. I'm thinking specifically in Portree, there was one that was like really decked out.
There was one that clearly was an attraction for the neighborhood too. And we even saw like some parents bring their little, probably like little toddler, I guess, is how old the kid was.
Yeah, to like go look at him. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cute.
Vega Bonnie, hello! What's up?
Bonnie,
how you doing, buddy?
Thanks for joining.
And Eric Brown is saying physical newspapers went out in 2015.
For some people, it was earlier than that.
Ruth, welcome. How you doing, Ruth?
Hi, Mom.
Okay, so Lori is saying all paper, newspaper, and books only. I like to flip the paper online. Wait.
I like to flip the page. I guess she has online also, but doesn't use it.
Cool. Megan Morris, cheers to anyone who has a wrench by their name. You are the OG supporter of this channel, so happy to see you grow.
Yes, thank you guys so much. I mean, it's Eric, Megan, Katie, and all of you guys are such great supporters of the channel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, just thank you so much for sticking with us, following along on our trip, and coming back to our live streams week after week. I know we keep promising that there's going to be all these travel vlogs that come out, and there certainly will be. So we're already doing all of that work and starting all of that work And so I have a lot of work to do on that.
Yeah.
But for those who have been watching our Travel Tip Tuesdays, thank you to that as well. And we're going to be I'm going to be continuing that through the end of 2020.
Yep.
And probably in the next few weeks, we'll be able to announce what our live stream schedule would look like, just based on how you guys are reacting. You know, what seems to be working timing wise, because we're a little bit flexible. We can do Sundays, or we could start looking at new times.
Yep.
And then travel vlogs, I'm aiming to have one out as early as next week. So fingers crossed, all that gets going.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna also be having a lot more activity on Instagram too. So tune in there if you have one.
Finally starting to like go through all the photos that I have like thousands and thousands of photos that I took on this trip, and I'm starting to like chronologically go through them and get them edited, which is actually kind of fun, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we did, and then we did this, and then we did that, because like there's just so much that we did, and it's just like after a little while, all the traveling starts to like blend together a little bit in your memory. So that's why I love having like the stories and the highlights and stuff on Instagram, but then also, you know, going back and like editing the photos.
And we filmed a travel vlog almost every single day of our trip.
Yep.
So we're gonna have you guys are gonna see what we did.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to see pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then, and thank you to Sue and Lori also. I'm seeing you guys come in at the end here just with pressing the like button. So thank you guys so much. If you've liked this video already, you're the best. If you haven't and you like it, you should press it.
Okay. But Eric B has a buddy who lives in New York. That's very cool. Nick D likes to split the difference and just drive in the middle of the road, which is one way to do it.
Well, I hope I'm not driving the opposite way towards you.
Vega Bonnie is telling Thomas that she loves his pictures, and thanks for sharing. That's really cool. And Katie Smith is saying, I lived in Edinburgh for a year, and it was awesome. But
I'm jealous.
Not a lot of daylight in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So we had a cabbie in London who was telling us that he had a friend who bought a place in like a second home in Scotland up in the Highlands. And he said that the issue was that they didn't realize that the sun never gets quite high enough to get sun into the valley that their house is in. So their house, I guess, is kind of in a little bit of a valley, and because in the wintertime the sun kind of just skims the horizon, like no daylight for them basically, because they're like in like a hollow, so they're always in shade.
All of these pictures that we were taking, there was one that was just so funny. It was at the very north part of the North Coast 500, and it looks like it's almost sunset with the selfie that Derek and I took, and
like
it was 1:30 in the afternoon. I was like,
to be fair, it was almost sunset.
right, because sunset was at 3:30, but still, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is nuts. Oh man, it just jumped. Okay.
All right, Ruth. After living in New York, you're great about living in Old York, England. Yes, I would love to live in Old York.
It was old, but it was charming.
It was so charming.
Yeah, and like Ruth and Al, you guys would love it. Shout out to you guys. You guys would love it.
It's like Bruges. Why would you not like it? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was
have you
delightful.
seen the swans?
It was beautiful.
No. There's no swans in New York, but in Bruges there are.
There's probably a swan.
There's probably a swan somewhere. Yeah, Lori Sims, American and BA are shared flights. Yeah. So, yes, and I would typically get my flights through American and would be on a BA jet or something like that, and that would go in through Terminal 5. But actual American flights, like on American body jets, typically go through Terminal 3. But yeah, no, it's good. And Thomas Roser says Nestle UK is headquartered in York. Good
there we go. We smelled it. This totally makes sense now. Okay, because we lived in River North in Chicago for a year, and that is close to a chocolate factory. And so we were walking the old medieval walls of York, and all of a sudden, Derek and I both smell the exact same smell of like chocolate being manufactured.
It smelled like River North in Chicago
Yes.
when the chocolate factory up there is like pumping out the
exactly. And
chocolate.
so I just remember I was on the wall and I was just like, is there chocolate nearby? So this makes total sense.
Makes sense. Eric B, I love how Derek's Instagram story is still in the UK. I need to go to Scotland, talk about beauty at every turn. Yeah, so my Instagram story is so far behind, and it's been far behind.
To be fair, mine is too. I just, I basically didn't post on our Instagram stories, like, of most of Scotland because I just didn't have enough cell phone service.
Yeah, and like the Wi-Fi service occasionally would be like pretty bad.
Yeah.
Where we were, so it's like one of those things where like you keep like putting stuff out there, and it takes so long for each story that after like 3 you're like, I give up.
So I'm going to like do a later gram of like Instagram, but first, Katie Smith, you're the best. Thank you. Yay, Katie! Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Thank you for creating such a wonderful community of travelers and bringing more smiles to 2020. Thank you,
Thanks,
Katie, for bringing more smiles to 2020 as well, and for being here so consistently. We really, really appreciate you, and thank you so much. And yes, the wave.
With the wave emoji. Yes, the wave.
First USA wave. It is.
Wow. There
yeah,
we go.
because we got monetized while we were in the UK.
Yeah.
Which was so fun.
So no. So Eliz kind of I think gave up on some of some of the story stuff. I am not giving up. I will get them all out there.
No, I think I'll just do a later gram story.
Okay.
Maybe when I start posting Scotland stuff.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just going through and I'm just like pushing them through because I want them on those highlights so I can always look back and say like, what was that thing that we really enjoyed here, and I can go to the stories and try to find it and stuff, which to me is a great way to kind of organize everything.
And even there's this other couple that we follow on Instagram who had done the North Coast 500 a couple months back, and it was so helpful because they had created a highlight on their profile. Mm-hmm. So when we were looking to book things, we went back in and we're like, all right, where should we go? Yeah. Where should we consider staying?
Yeah, where was that hotel that they said was awesome? Like, we actually stayed there.
Yeah. And so it can be super helpful if you follow a bunch of travelers who do that, just for trip planning. What?
Your dad, Al, says, welcome back, guys. So glad your trip went well. LOL. One of the ads YouTube just showed me was for a bidet. They promoted it as a great way to beat the TP shortages.
Is that a joke?
That's awesome.
Wow, Dad, you're being targeted.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if if Jocelyn was here, she'd be like, Japanese toilet seat.
Now that we've said bidet out loud, everybody's gonna get it, right? Because it's like, don't you always like get served ads?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I was like, now everybody's gonna start getting ads for bidets because if we can say bidet enough times on the live stream.
I have a friend,
bidet.
My friend that we've mentioned a lot on these live streams that lives in Singapore. He works in advertising, and he said that he and his team used to like test out the theory about whether or not like the speaking it out loud will get you an ad served. And like, what's something that like nobody would ever say out loud? And then he goes, he said they came up with like, oh man, my teeth have so much plaque. I wish I had Oral-B toothbrushes. And then like 2 days later, they got served an Oral-B ad.
Why wouldn't you say Oral-B? I'd never said it.
Oh my gosh, Megan, thank you. Thank you so much. Another wave. Woo! These are so funny. Thank you, Megan, for the super chat. It's
hard to do this one in your blazer.
Yeah, my blazer's like a little bit more confined. I don't know.
That's why I'm all about the cashmere.
I need to bring my like Lululemon exercise tops for like all these stretches. Thank you, Megan.
And according to Megan Morris, sorry, Apple shorts you a penny.
Oh man, it's all good. Thank you.
All fun.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
And wait, there's a thing about Australians Nick D, where do Australians clean up? Bidet, mate. That's funny. That's good. And actually, I got my haircut by an Australian in York.
That's true. Oh, yeah, we got haircuts. I don't know if anybody noticed.
Cleaner.
Derek's was way more noticeable than mine.
It's not as scruffy as it used to be. But yeah, it was funny. It was like I was getting my haircut by this guy. And again, very good, masks, all this good stuff, socially distanced from other patrons and whatnot. But the guy was like, you know, talking to me, and I was like, so are you from here originally? He's like, from Melbourne. And I'm like, I thought so. I was like, didn't think that sounded like the rest of the accents, but
I mean, the York accent's different, but not that different.
No. I know we've been to Scotland for a while, but you know, coming down, I was like, I don't think that's the same. But yeah.
We had very few people ask us where we were from, though. I think we've mentioned that before.
I think most just assumed we were Americans or Canadians.
Yeah.
So Scorpio Sue says, it's all good. I've been watching old travel videos and catching up on some channels. We'll wait for the new content.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
We appreciate your patience. Oh my gosh, wait. Hold on. Someone, oh my gosh, Laura Musings at Midlife just did it too. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are so generous tonight. Thank you. Yay! Nestle chocolate for you. Thank you. And you guys are welcome to ask us questions or anything. And when sending these, or just, you know.
The Queen says thank you.
Thank you. I had to put that.
This is
there.
a solar.
We did not buy this on the trip.
No, but this is a solar panel, like solar powered Queen Wave hand,
yes,
which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I received that as a Christmas gift a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, so I don't know what I was gonna say.
Yes, this is an awesome figurine. Let's just do a close up again. There she is. She's got her pearls. She's got her purse.
And the purse is
two
the solar
Elizabeths
power.
in one shot.
Now, Eliz was very upset.
Was that?
About the naming of Elizabeth streets and not being enough of them.
Oh, yeah. Well. Oh my gosh, Bonnie! Thank you.
Oh god, you guys don't want to do this, but thank you so much.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yay!
And now we're international. We've got Canadian dollars. That's awesome.
Yay!
We needed Canadian dollars. No, it's funny because we actually, you know, I think we've actually used up almost all of our British pounds at this point, which is rare. We usually come back with a lot more cash that we forget to spend.
Team Cool Kids Meansters. Oh my gosh, yes. So on one of the past live streams, for those of you guys who missed it, people were asking us what our followers should be called.
The Meansters, the Meanies.
And, yeah, Derek loved both of those, the Meanies and the Meansters. He kept me like afterwards. He was like, "What's up, Meanies?" And I was like, "No."
I tried to do that as an intro for one of our videos, for one of our travel vlogs, and she was like, nope.
Eric Brown!
Eric Brown, oh my goodness.
Thank you guys so much.
The Means team, the best
Means
team.
Thank you guys.
I feel like somebody who's like,
It's a good thing you took off your Batman pajama pants.
I know, I was wearing, okay, so I was wearing Batman pajama pants up until about 5 minutes before this thing started.
Like literally all day.
And Eliz goes, no, that's not allowed.
He was like, but nobody's gonna see it.
Nobody's gonna see it. I forgot about these. You know, it's like, and then you see it.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so
sir.
much.
We appreciate you.
We do.
So, good thing you guys aren't drinking a bunch.
I know, yes. It's like, we have our tea.
Yeah, no, tea right now, because, you know, we're actually trying to do
We're at least not drinking during quarantine.
We're at least going quarantine, no alcohol.
Yeah.
We might try to go through New Year, basically. But we'll see. That might not hold. Because, you know, holidays. But otherwise.
Sue said, "Okay, we'll all pay $5 for the Batman pajama pants."
Thanks, Scorpio Sue. Well, it was that or Flintstones. Those were the two options. Because I'm a man. I got man pants.
I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. It's just I haven't seen the Batman pajama pants in 3 months. So I didn't realize that they would be so popular because I'm so sick of them. These are like Derek's favorite things. Anyway, so sorry, I lost it for a second.
Okay. Okay, Lori Sim says, I do not think I could live in a dark, short sun, hourly day, or rain and overcast.
Yeah, especially if you live in California, that would be a huge shift.
Yeah, that'd be a bit of a culture shock. I mean, it's hard enough being in like a place like Seattle or something like that where it has like overcast and rain.
Even going from Scotland basically to here, we're outside of Cincinnati, but just on the Indiana side. It's so noticeably different in terms of like the length of daylight, and just the amount, like the strength of it too. Like the sun is higher in the sky too. Yeah. It's like remarkable, and I'm sure it improves people's moods to not be in such darkness for so long and everything.
Yeah, no, and I mean, even just going down from like Scotland down to London, I mean, you got like actually just going from like I think northern part of Scotland down to York, I think you got almost a half hour of extra daylight. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Which is great. The wave emoji, you can call it the Meansters emoji. Nice.
Yeah, that is kind of turning into our emoji, isn't it?
I'm glad that I drunkenly did this one time and it's become our thing.
Well, we were like, so, the very first time after we got monetized, we were like, what should we do?
We were kind of like, I don't know what to do.
There's got to be something.
So
it's definitely our thing now.
I do like the Australian bidet mate. That's pretty good, Nick D. It's very good.
The Meansters. Okay.
Eric Zacarias says they also sell unicorn ice cream machines.
Oh God, no. Thomas Reiser says
I use Squatty Potty.
Stop it! I use premium, so no ads yet. And so we actually do still get like some, I guess. I don't know how it's because it's not really ad revenue in that way, but there's like a little tiny section on my YouTube that says like if a premium user has watched, then I get like a little bit as well. So I don't know if it's like a portion of that. So yeah, even if you have premium, I don't know how it works, but somehow we still get supported. So. Yep.
And Muse and Midlife, need to get them exercising. Yes, thank you.
Yes. And Derek was on the treadmill and the elliptical this morning. I did not exercise a bit, not once. So that was it. That was my big day.
Yeah, no, it's I've been trying to work out every day now that we're back because we can and we have the time, and you know I think that's important. So.
I want to, and then I get distracted.
So Scorpio Sue, what were your 3 favorite meals, snacks, and drinks that you had in the UK?
Okay, so I don't know if this was like meals, but this is definitely dessert, and it's always my favorite. And I want to make it. I want to figure out now how to make it here, and that is Millionaire Shortbread.
She loves Millionaire Shortbread.
It's so good. Okay, so it's shortbread, and then a layer of caramel, and then a layer of chocolate.
It's delicious.
It's so good. And then when we were in Tintagel in Cornwall, we went to a like luxury ice cream shop.
That's what they called it, luxury. It was very good. Like it was like very good
gourmet ice cream. I don't. Either way, it was like high end ice cream, but it didn't break the bank. I think it was like only. I mean, it still was expensive. I think it was £5 for a big scoop. But it was expensive. Yeah. But
it was so good.
It was so good.
They had a Millionaire Shortbread.
Exactly.
Ice cream.
Then the Millionaire Shortbread ice cream was maybe the best ice cream I've ever had. It was
very good.
So delicious.
I always talk about the cookies gelato
Yeah.
in Florence, and this might beat it. I'm not sure. I mean, it was really good.
Yeah.
And they also had one called a Billionaire Shortbread that had brownies on it too.
That wasn't at the same place.
No, but that was
else.
that was up at John O'Groats.
Yes.
Where they had the Billionaire one. That was super good.
So you have to go end to end in order to experience.
Yeah, go to Cornwall and then go all the way up, and you got some good stuff.
We did it, so.
Yeah. So 3 favorite meals, snacks, and drinks. So, favorite drinks, I just love getting like the traditional cask ales when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I just find that to be fun. That's what I enjoy doing. But otherwise, drinks, I mean, I didn't find any drinks I loved. I mean, occasionally I did have like a nice old fashioned one night that was very tasty.
There was a really nice hotel that we stayed at the end of our time on the North Coast 500 called
the Torridon.
And that was the place that lost power that we told you guys about while we were there. And right after they lost power, we had to go to like dinner, and so they weren't ready to serve us dinner because they were kind of like regrouping. And so we had kind of a cocktail hour as we waited for dinner to be we were able to be seated for dinner. And Derek got a really good, it was an old fashioned, right? And I got a cucumber cocktail that was so good.
It was hers was super
yeah,
tasty.
so that was like, it wasn't necessarily special to the UK, but it was remarkably delicious.
Now, I will say the most common meal that we ate in the UK was a ham sandwich, potato crisps, and grapes.
Yes.
We ate that for lunch.
All the time.
Every day. Like, not every day, but like 70% of the days.
Yeah, so because we'd be on our road trips and driving around, we basically would, we brought a lunchbox and we'd have our ham sandwiches.
My dad just sent us a recipe for Millionaire Shortbread. Thanks, Dad.
All right, so once we get out of quarantine, we're doing this.
There's a Food Network Millionaire Shortbread recipe, so we'll try that and we'll let you guys know how it goes. But it has 4.5 stars with 192 reviews, so I think we can do this, guys.
We got this. So then, anyway, I forgot what I was talking about.
Now she's just like, we need to go make
I'm like,
this
that looks delicious. Give me one. What else? We had some really good lamb there. I feel like
there's some really good lamb. Fish and chips. All right, so like my favorite meals, right? Fish and chips is like one of my favorite things to get in the UK. It just, to me, is just like quintessentially British.
Yeah.
Whether you're in Scotland, England, wherever, right? So that's really good. I really enjoyed pasties while we were, or pasties while we were in Cornwall. I thought those were really nice. I enjoyed them.
He liked them more than I did.
I liked them because they were good, just convenience type food. Speaking of convenience food, actually, while we were in York, we did get something that was surprisingly good, which was a Yorkshire pudding wrap.
Oh yeah.
Which was actually like,
that was
Eliz
good.
didn't want it because she's like, that's gonna be gross. And then I had it and she tasted it and she's like, that's actually really good.
I was like, I thought I wasn't gonna like it, so I didn't get one. And then I went back inside and got a second one after tasting it.
It was really good. And it kind of blows up. It's on a lot of like YouTubers, like things to get in York.
Yeah.
And some ham it up a lot, like, oh, you have to get it. And it's like, you don't have to get it, but it is actually pretty good and it's convenient, and it tastes like home cooked food wrapped up and like in a wrap. It's pretty good.
And there's vegetables in there.
Yeah, and there's veg and stuff. Yeah.
So it's not just like a
it's like green beans
with a
and
pasty.
stuff,
in my experience, especially at some of the chain ones like the Cornish Bakery.
Yep.
The vegetables, maybe they're really finely diced, but like, you don't visibly see them in the same way that you see the vegetables that are included in the Yorkshire pudding wrap. So,
yep.
That was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We had so many good things.
Yeah, we ate pretty well while we were up there, so I mean it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah,
but
like all the candies that we tried were all good. There was this one, I posted about this on Instagram too. There was this one dairy-free yogurt that I liked a lot. And I feel like finding a good dairy-free yogurt is hard. And this one was dairy free and soy free, and I was like, and it was strawberry flavored. Yeah. It was called Cocoa, and you could buy it at Tesco.
Musing midlife. Good thing you guys aren't drinking a bunch with all the waves.
Yes.
Yeah. Lori Sims, you are on the right side of you're on. Yes, we are on the correct side this time. Last time we did this, we were not, and it was just not pretty.
It felt wrong.
It was not good.
We didn't know what to do. I think I started the wave.
Yes, last time you started the wave, and it just did not go well. Andy Lee, how you doing, bud?
Hi, Andy.
So where are we now? We are in Indiana.
Yeah, we're at Derek's parents' house.
So
in his parents' basement. But the basement is awesome.
Lovely. Yes.
And it's like a walkout.
So actually, I will say this morning, sunrise, we were sitting and we were watching the news, having coffee, and all of a sudden, Eliz goes, oh, the sunrise.
And sunrise was over the lake, and it was so beautiful.
Gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And so because there's like no leaves on the trees, we could like see the lake. It was beautiful. So we went out and we took some video, took some pictures, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's on your Instagram stories today.
Yeah.
So you guys go check that out on her stories. It's beautiful. But yeah, so we're over here now, at least through the end of the year until we kind of figure out what 2021's travel is going to look like, and we'll see.
Yeah, but we're just pleased to be here and hopefully get to see his parents soon after quarantine.
Yeah, after we're done quarantining. So, Eric Brown, I need to do a wave for exercise. I've drinking more tea with COVID than I have my whole life. It's a lot of tea.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you're on the mend on that one. I actually would. That makes sense that you'd want to be drinking a lot of tea if you're fighting that, because there's certain teas that are really good for boosting your immune system and, yes, staying hydrated.
All right, Musing Midlife, 4:30 sunsets right now in Minnesota. That's pretty early.
Yeah, that is early.
Musing Midlife wants to know if Eric Brown's been doing any good flavored teas. Yeah, and Dad, yes, we did take pictures of the sunrise. It was great.
I am drinking a tea called Refreshment by Tazo, and it's mint flavored, and it's caffeine free, so it's good for the evening.
And I'm drinking Pure Tea, P-U-apostrophe-E-R,
the tea that Derek's drinking,
from China.
We actually bought and brought back from China.
We have a lot of it still, so I'm going to start trying to make a dent.
But what's interesting about that particular tea, it tastes really good, by the way, but what kind of sold us when we were in China, because we had never heard of it before, was that it's supposed to be good for if you've eaten greasy foods, to like help your stomach.
Digestion.
Yeah, it's like good for digestion. And so they specifically were like, everybody drinks this after eating Peking duck.
Because of all the fat.
Yeah.
Peking duck, by the way, freaking delicious. If you were to ask me what's one of the best meals I had in Singapore, Peking duck. If you wanted to ask me one of the best meals I had in China, Peking duck.
Yeah.
So good.
It's very good, but it is extremely filling and stuff.
Especially because like
kind of feel it.
They carve off that skin very thin,
and you dip it in sugar.
And you dip it in sugar, and you eat it, and it's just like melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's delicious, but it's like also you leave there and you're like, I think I have a heartburn.
Yeah. So I believe you can get that tea, like if you go to kind of like Asian markets or Chinatowns or something like that.
So the tea is actually fermented, and it's one of the only teas that the longer it ages, the better it gets. Most teas do have a shelf life, so we actually should be drinking probably our other Chinese tea to get rid of that. But yeah, so this is only going to get better with age, but we have a ton of it.
Yeah, we do.
We spent so much money on tea when we were in China. I don't know what happened. Like, suddenly I was giving my credit card to somebody, I'm like,
it was insane.
Did I just buy an iPhone? Like, what happened? But yeah, no, it's delicious.
Yeah, it really is. We enjoy drinking it. It's a great souvenir if you're a tea drinker.
Yep. So Eric Brown is saying yes, definitely with the cough. So sorry that you're dealing with that.
Yeah, we're using like a throat coat tea for that, because that's what if I've ever had. I haven't, knock on wood, I have not had a cough illness in quite a while, but when I have had that in the past,
tea and honey is always good.
Yeah, tea and honey, or the throat coat tea specifically. I forget which brand makes that, but I always have some on hand. In the cupboard.
Thomas Rouser says, "Give me some Graters."
Graters ice cream.
Yep.
I would love to try Graters ice cream.
You've never had it,
I don't think I've had it. No.
Blasphemer. But also lactose
Somebody
intolerant.
was saying, I know, but somebody was saying that Graters is not so bad for lactose intolerance.
I don't know.
It was on one of our live streams, I believe. Am I making this up? Am I
wishful thinking?
Am I manifesting what I want?
Maybe. Lori Sim says, "Gelato all the way. I can now get it at my local store. Not as fresh like in Italy, but it will do."
Gelato is so good.
I love gelato. Kim M, thank you. The haircuts look great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Did you buy souvenirs? I usually just pick up magnet scarves or art, easily packable. So, yes, we did buy some.
We actually haven't unpacked them yet. We haven't really unpacked.
We bought some like little things like lotions, candles, stuff like that. Local stuff that we liked.
I bought 2 Christmas ornaments that were handmade. I bought a handmade mug. I love having mugs as souvenirs because we use mugs multiple times a day. So it's just kind of like that constant reminder of vacation because we are tea and coffee drinkers.
So we've done we bought a couple things, but like I like to say, for me, like the primary thing that I take away is the pictures and everything, and hopefully I'll have some that are worthy of being printed out and hung on walls and stuff. So
I used to bring home magnets, like you were saying, but we no longer have a refrigerator that is magnetic.
Yeah.
So now I have all these magnets that are just like in a bag.
Which is kind of sad.
Which is sad. And I feel like refrigerators over the past like 5 to 10 years have become less and less. They like don't make them magnetic anymore. And yeah, it's sad.
I do feel like there's been a trend towards like the cleaner, no magnets on the fridge type of look.
Yeah.
Which is more my aesthetic.
Yeah, from a home aesthetic, it looks less cluttered. But from like a souvenir perspective, you're like, but I want to see my magnets.
Yeah. Megan Moore says, "By the way, don't know if Darian is still in the house, but Northern Kentucky has a new spaghetti ice joint called Ice House in Covington. Just say it 3 times and he shall appear." Spaghetti ice, spaghetti ice, spaghetti ice. It's like Beetlejuice. Where you at, bud?
Nice.
That's awesome. That's cool. I would go try that.
Yeah, wait. And Northern Kentucky is not far.
Yeah.
We could drive there.
I think Covington's not that far from us.
Wait, it's in... Okay, hold on. I'm looking up how far away Covington is.
Look up Ice House specifically.
Okay. Thank you. And please hold.
Because we've never tried spaghetti ice, so this would be really cool.
It's only 18 miles away?
Oh my god, that's so close.
Okay, we better get out of quarantine and then go there.
Dad!
Oh, it's like right across the river from where your dad works.
Alright, we're gonna do that. That looks awesome. Thank you, Megan Morris.
Megan, you have made our night. I'm excited to try this. It makes sense because there's such a huge German population in Cincinnati, right? Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So Lori Sim says, "Back with parents like so many returning home, always a safe harbor to regroup." Yep. We're here for the holidays, which will be really nice. And again, we have people in our family.
We're keeping it small. It's just gonna be Derek's brother lives here too, so it's gonna be the 5 of us. Yep.
So it'll be nice and whatnot. My older brother, is currently kind of going through the whole quarantine thing because of the baby coming soon, so that he can be there for that. So we won't be seeing them for the holidays, but we plan to probably drive over to where they live, which isn't too far, and drop off their Christmas gifts and everything, so we can at least see them from a distance, wave, say hi, and all that good stuff before heading back.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Waving from a distance and throwing gifts at each other. Catch!
The Ring doorbell system. You can watch it there.
Yes. It's like the what do they call that? Like the ding and ditch. Where you like
ding dong ditch your family members.
Ding run. But yeah. So amusing midlife. How long is your quarantine? 14 days or the new 10 days? So what we are doing is we're going to do 7 and a negative test. So after 5 days, we're going to be getting our test.
Yeah.
And we should get that back within like 2 days, hopefully, 2 or 3 days. And so hopefully we only have to spend 7 or 8 days.
And if of course, either we develop symptoms or our tests are not negative, it would be longer.
Yep.
We're trying to keep everybody as safe.
Yep. Marilyn Dillon says sunsets at 4:19 tomorrow. So much darkness. Yep. It's tough. It really is. And I mean, we were down below 8 hours. We were at like 7 and change when we were up in northern Scotland. It was pretty rough. Eric B. Peking duck sounds interesting. Peking duck is delicious, and I like duck generally. So actually, awesome meal that we had was in York. We went to this French restaurant for lunch, and we did a big lunch, and we're like, this is our big meal for the day.
Yes.
And she got duck confit.
Yeah, and sorry, I just want to also call out this restaurant for being really good about COVID. Like literally, the table was labeled sanitized when we even got there,
and everybody was super far apart.
We were more than 2 meters from the next table.
But that place was super delicious, and we had French food. It was called what was it called? Rustique.
Rustique, yeah.
Rustique. And we both got escargot because why not? We love escargot.
It was so good.
We got escargot. She had the.
I even got French wine.
It was awesome. I don't remember what I ate. What was my meal?
I don't know.
You had duck.
I had duck confit.
Oh, I had mussels. That's what I had.
Mussels.
Like mussels marinade, or whatever it's called. It was also good.
Do you guys like escargot, by the way? Because we love it.
Snails.
Let us know in the chat if you've tried it, if you like it, if you don't like it.
Yes, and it's so good. If you've never tried it, try it. Do you like butter? Do you like herbs?
Yeah.
Eat it. If you answered yes to those 2 things, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Vega Bonnie wants to know if we brought back any property. Reg's tea.
Is it? Are you talking about English breakfast tea? I don't know if you're talking about the joke that we had, or we heard from our friend Catherine, where she tried to serve somebody Earl Grey at her office, and they were like, "Do you have any normal tea?"
Yeah. So after that, we just kept always saying, like, can we have some normal tea, please?
Do you have normal tea?
Normal tea. But yeah, no, we didn't bring back any tea this time, I don't think. Because we have so much Chinese tea to go through.
We just have a lot of tea in general. And I had bought a lot of tea.
We actually left tea there.
And we left it. And so I actually don't know if hotel housekeeping is allowed to take stuff home, but I left a note on top of all of the food things and just household things that we didn't want to take home. Like
spices. Because somebody...
Yeah, I mean, there was spices and teas and aluminum foil and some toilet paper rolls and stuff that we had just been kind of toting around as just provisions for each Airbnb we'd stay at and stuff. And so I wrote a note and I said, housekeeping, we are leaving the UK after being here for 3 months, and we have all of this extra stuff. Please help yourself if you want any or all of this. So I don't know. I hope they're allowed to take it home, because otherwise I feel like it's just kind of sad that they wouldn't be able to. But yeah.
Nick D, that's funny. He's saying at Eric B, stick with the Peking duck because a Peking duck might hurt you.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay, so
I missed your puns.
I know, Nick. Thank God you're back. You're adding the levity, for real. So we went into London, as we mentioned, an hour ago now. Right before we left to come back to the U.S. And we were walking around St. James Park, and they have so many birds.
Eliz looked at me and she's like, "Are we in like a zoo for birds?
Are we in like an aviary? I don't know. It was just there was so many birds, and they were
birds,
they looked
ducks.
they looked like they had formed their own gangs.
They'd seen some stuff.
Like one of them had like a broken beak, and it was like, and it's like we're overlooking Buckingham Palace, and they were like there was like birds fighting each other. And like other ones like chasing each other.
Oh yeah, there were these like there were these birds in the park that like didn't fly. They ran. Yeah. They just like sprinted.
I actually have never seen whatever species of birds.
It was like watching Roadrunners.
So I could not tell you what it was.
It was almost like Roadrunners.
Yeah.
And like one of them had food, and the other one was chasing after the one that had the food, and it was like kind of funny to watch, but also like. I wish I had bread to give the other one now.
It felt extremely like there was way too many birds.
Yeah. Lots of birds. And Jim Bren is saying that Grater's is good but expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
But probably less expensive than our Millionaire Shortbread ice cream.
Yes. All right, so Glenn Camp says, get a framed piece of metal and use that for your magnets.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
We've been trying to just put like some of the magnets on the side of our wine fridge because the side
of our wine fridge
is magnetic.
Yeah,
but not the front because the front's glass, right? I'll be right back. I'm getting more tea.
Why don't you bring the water thing over?
Yeah, I can do that.
That or just fill mine too.
I can do that.
Danke. Maybe bring a towel.
Yeah, because you spilled.
Because I just spilled. Let's see, what else do we got? Sue, thank you. I appreciate what you're saying about our picks. Musings of Midlife. Maybe pick up some magnetic paint and frame a piece of something to put your magnets on. That's a cool idea too. I did not know that they had magnetic paint, so that's pretty cool. Lori Sim says, I've been trying to get a photo album designed for my younger son on our trip to Europe in 2019 online, but having difficulties with it, and that's a bummer. That is a bummer. We haven't really done a photo album. We've done these QuickBook. Liz, what's that? Chatbook. So QuickBooks is accounting software. Yeah, it's not QuickBooks. That's boring. No, so it's like called Chatbooks, and it's good for like little like picture books and stuff that you can do. That you can do it like from like an Instagram account or whatnot. I'm sure you could also upload pictures to do it that way. I've never looked at it, but
yeah, Derek was so. Cool. I kind of surprised him with that as a gift several years ago when he first started posting his photography on Instagram, and he was just like, I mean, that was probably the least expensive gift that I got him that year. But I think that was his favorite. He was just like, oh, this is so cool. So that was really special.
So Mary Ellen Dillon is saying, yes, Covington is just across the river from Cincinnati. So close. Dad looked it up, too, and he says it's 30 minutes away.
30 minutes away. Dad. He's on the road.
He's already there. He means
I'll be back in 30.
I'll be back. Probably not. So Thomas Reiser says, that shall require an investigation. Yes. Mary Ellen Dillon says it's where the airport is.
Oh, Covington's where the airport is? I think the airport might be slightly further west from there, but yeah.
Michelle says, I love the idea of framed metal for magnets. Yeah, that's really cool. And Dad is telling us that there is a Grater's between his office and the Covington/Newport area.
So
there we go.
You're gonna want an ice cream crawl.
My dad also says that duck bacon is yummy, which is true as well.
Never had it.
It's good.
Yeah. We were able to find, what was it, in Wick, Scotland? We went to Marks and Spencer's to grocery shop, and we were able to find duck leg at the grocery store. So we cooked our own
duck confit.
Oh no, it was like pre. It was like.
Yes, that was actually already cooked duck confit.
Yes,
that we just heated up basically in the oven.
Right.
It had already been like rendered.
We were like, they need to bring this to the U.S.
When we were in Fort William, we bought duck legs and made our own duck confit.
Yes.
So we had duck confit 3 times, I guess, when we were in Scotland.
The smell was so much better with the second one because when we made it ourselves, like basically,
there's a lot of smell.
There was this like 10-minute period where you have to like literally open the windows of your home.
Mark Walters is on. What's up, Mark? How you doing?
Hi, Mark. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And Jocelyn, if you're there.
Yes. Muse in Midlife says that she loves escargot, or maybe it's the garlic butter. Either way, I'd have it again. Nice. Glenn Camp loves escargot as well. It only tastes of butter, garlic, and herbs, which is all you need. I mean, come on. It's a vessel. It's kind of like Brussels sprouts, right? It's a vessel for butter and garlic.
Exactly. By the way, Mark says he can't stay on. He has to help the boys with their homework, which super important.
Good on you.
Yes. But thank you. Thanks for coming on.
And you're right. It's just not right without seeing me with a can of fancy ale.
Buddy! One more.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay.
Woo!
Yay! Thank you.
Woo!
Thanks so much. Wave is for exercise.
There
we
we
need
go.
our exercise in quarantine.
That's funny.
Our wave count is real high right now.
Megan Morris says, escargot is muy bueno. I'm game for anything in a shell.
Bonnie, you did it again.
Jeez.
Thank you. I almost just
Too
tried
soon.
Woo!
Too soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really, really appreciate it. And I always laugh every time that I see us doing this on the screen. Like, we look ridiculous and it's amazing.
I'm watching it now on my screen and I'm like, wow, we are ridiculous people. Oh, Mark. God. And he did a keep it up.
Keep it up. Work out.
Wait, now I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Woo! Working out. We're gonna lose some weight. We should weigh ourselves before and after. Thank you guys. You guys are the best, and we really appreciate all the support of the channel.
Yes. Dear God, Vega Bunny.
We're trying to talk about travel.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, and Sue.
Somebody's gonna
we got this. Okay, this one's for Bonnie. And then we have to keep going because Sue gave rolling down the river here.
God.
Woo. This is our Ohio River wave. We're making it all the way to. Okay. We're making it all the way.
Stop, guys.
To India. At least for now. We're sweating.
I'm wearing a sweater.
But thank you, Mark, Sue, and Bonnie. That's super sweet of you guys.
Yes, thank you. All right, still going back to the escargot. Yes, so escargot is great. Megan Morris loves it. Jim Bren loves it. Everybody basically loves it. Michelle Tessier says, I loved escargot when in France. So on cruises. I'm allergic to garlic now, so no more escargot for me. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry, Michelle.
That's so sad. And allergic is like, oh, that's such a bummer because every time you go to a restaurant, you have to be like,
no garlic.
No garlic. And then they would look at you like, but the flavors.
Yeah, I'm like, if I couldn't cook with garlic and onions, I would be like,
yeah, Derek almost exclusively cooks with garlic and onion. And I remember there was one time when I was like first at the beginning of quarantine trying to teach him how to make salmon, and he was like, so I like laid out all of the. Oh my gosh.
Is my money no longer good? I need one more wave.
I'm going to finish my story. Oh, fine. I can't not wave when you start it. Yay. Thank you, Mark. And then we also have another one from Laura.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, you guys. We're sweating. No. This is truly, that's like squats, like up and down.
It is. It's like the. I remember in New York we used to do like these pump squats in the gym.
We did, yeah, because we used to have a trainer that we would train together with.
And it's like pump squats. This is what it feels like to me. I'm just glad that I wasn't like, let's do burpees every time. You know?
Like every time somebody does super chat, let's do
burpees. You know, it's like I think I'd be like on the floor dead right now.
I'd be like, turn off monetization. the wave though. The wave, we can do it. We're in shape. We are fit people, right?
We're in good enough shape.
Yeah, we're good enough shape.
Lori Sims, I want to get back to this real quick. So Lori Sims says, I tried frog legs and escargot when I was 16 on my first trip to Europe and did not care for either one, but maybe as an adult my palate will like it and I'll try it again. Yeah, I'd say try it again. It's pretty good. And frog legs...
Jocelyn has a great video on how to cook frog legs.
Yeah,
on
I
her
had frog legs for the first time, I don't know, probably like 5 years ago or something like that. And I thought they were pretty tasty. They're like really tiny, but I thought they were pretty good, tender, juicy. Kind of tastes like dark meat chicken.
I think I'm almost positive I've had them too, and they're fine, good.
Yeah. So Lori Sims, a goose chased me off a dock when I was a kid and scared me to death. I got chased by a swan when I was little. I'm
trying to like picture, because you know geese aren't gonna stop at the end of the dock. They could just jump right in, right? So I'm like, did it
keep coming?
Did it keep going? Like, I mean, this sounds terrifying, and I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to like be in the moment here with you on this story. Because geese are scary. Like, they will chase you. They'll chase kids.
Vega Bonnie says, stay away from the birds that have teardrop tattoos under their eyes.
Okay, but really, like, it kind of fell a little scary over in St. James Park.
Yeah, Mark is saying it's just not right seeing Derek without a fancy can of ale. It's not. Is it really? There's a Coors Light in the fridge over there, but I promised Eliz that I would do dry quarantine with her.
Yeah, we're doing dry quarantine. We got home on December 7th. And Derek's birthday is January 7th, so we're like, maybe we'll do it until Derek's birthday, but there's New
like
Year's.
There's New Year's in between, and Christmas.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah.
Mark Walters, can't stay on, just wanted to hop on and give y'all some love.
Yeah, I already read it.
Yep, you already read it. But thank you again. Because you've given us a lot of love, and we appreciate it. Lori Sims, you tried Google and Shutterfly. Google works better so far.
Nice.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with an ice cream crawl. I agree with that, actually. And if you eat so much you had to crawl home, it's okay, too. We
should, like, develop a means to travel ice cream crawl once we, like, through Cincinnati. Because I bet there's a Jenny's ice cream somewhere, too.
Ooh, we could do that.
Eric, Zacarias are recruiting you to help because I can only have, like, a bite, probably, of each.
According to my dad, I go to Covington for lunch. It's 3 minutes from my office, which means, hey, Dad, you could go to this place and bring it home.
Well, it's ice cream. It's ice cream.
Take a cooler with ice.
That's true. He's got the setup.
We have coolers. We have ice. I think we have a way around this. Just say it.
And yes, Mark, we did get haircuts. Derek's is definitely more noticeable than mine. We got it at the exact same time, at the exact same place, which we were very pleased about.
I kept telling Eliz I was going for the man bun look, and she kept saying, nah.
But what was super hard is, like, we started trying to get haircuts
in Scotland.
We started I was kind of, like, passively trying, starting in Inverness. But then I was, like, actively calling around and trying to get someplace in Oban, in Moffat, and then finally I was able to get somewhere in York. And I had to be like, it wasn't like an online booking system. It wasn't a call the place. I had to text the guy because it was still during lockdown when I started reaching out about it. And so they weren't like actually open, and I had to text the main guy. And like back and forth. So thankfully we had our UK phone number in order to do that. But if it had been like our regular phones that we usually don't have a UK SIM card, we wouldn't have been able to get our haircut. So I was just like, wow, this is really hard. This is really hard to get a last minute appointment, haircut appointment. And thankfully we were able to do so finally. Are you looking up Jenny's?
Oh, yeah. There's none in Cincinnati.
Oh, really?
That's sad.
I guess Graders is taken over.
But there are a lot of places that are ice cream places, so we can still do it.
So we got this.
Crawl.
We got this. We did a lot of ice cream stops throughout Scotland, Ireland. Yep. Yeah. And you can find some really good ice cream all over the UK and Ireland and Europe. Really.
I like that, Mark. I've been using Thomas Reiser's pictures to find good spots for Christmas lights in the neighborhood. Nice. So, Megan Moore says the airport is technically in Hebron, but CVG stands for Covington, as is the largest city in northern Kentucky. Interesting.
I actually did not know that, but now it makes total sense.
I just assumed it stood for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, very
good.
Good.
Cincinnati, very good airport? Maybe?
Cincinnati, very good airport.
I mean, that's what the Google review says.
That would be the best abbreviation.
So, nice.
CVG Airport, Cincinnati, very good. Nailed it. We got
Nailed it in one. Okay. Thomas Reiser says Philo has some good ones. I don't know what that is.
Is Philo another ice cream place we need to try?
Is it ice cream or is it a way to do picture books?
Oh, yeah. We did.
I don't know.
We were talking about that.
Keep rolling. Thanks, Ronnie.
You guys are the best.
Love it, Mark. Okay, now I feel I can leave. I've seen all I need. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, guys.
Whoa, what just happened?
Sorry, I jumped a little bit. Mark.
Yeah. Oh, but then Mark came back because he needed one more wave. That's funny. Okay, got to say welcome back, running back to see Undone. Check it out on Amazon Prime. Huh. Undone.
I still have to catch up on The Crown. On Amazon Prime.
We have a lot to catch up on.
We have so much.
This is
We still haven't even finished
Crown,
Emily in Paris.
I just started watching The Unicorn on Netflix, which is a CBS show.
I'm not.
Season 2 is airing right now.
I haven't really been watching TV. I feel like
and like 1,000 Hallmark Christmas movies.
In the evenings, I've been, because we signed up for Skillshare. This is not sponsored, by the way, by any way. We signed up for Skillshare for a year. I've been watching like Skillshare courses in the evenings, which is the lamest thing to say. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being such a nerd, but that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. She does that while I'm watching The Unicorn. Yeah. I'm like cracking up laughing. She's like, I'm trying to learn how to edit videos.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what she's
No, it's well, there are some like, it's more like filming stuff.
Oh, okay.
That I've been watching. I should probably watch some video editing ones since I need to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Vegabani, the only thing that would make all this better is Batman PJs.
Yeah, maybe.
The people have spoken, Eliz, next time.
Maybe next week. Maybe Sunday morning.
Maybe that'll be the thing,
is
like, you guys have to do the wave to see what's going on down below.
That
sounded
so
really bad.
wrong.
That sounded way worse than I wanted it to sound.
Take it back.
I take that back. I meant pajama pants.
Yeah, so...
And what kind of pajama pants I'm wearing.
Right, and so...
They came out super wrong. Okay.
But
Scorpio
this channel is really a safe space, everybody. We're
yes. Safe space. Sue says it's all for the channel. You guys have lots of videos to entertain us with. Yep. And we have a lot coming. So many.
I mean, we probably have... Okay, so we were probably like two months. So probably 60 travel vlogs, if I had to guess. Filmed. And then we filmed a couple other videos as well that are more like listicle style. So yeah. Stay tuned. Subscribe.
So Thomas Ryder says, I guess I'm the oddball as I don't enjoy and I don't do escargot. So, and it's fine. It's fine if it's not something that you like.
I don't like mangoes.
I think it's fun. I feel like I get cheated if it ever comes already out of the shell.
Yeah.
Like not in the snail shell. Because typically, actually, what you get is you get the snails in a package, and then you can buy or you already own the shells, and you put the
But like digging it out of the shell is part of the whole thing. Yeah.
And you have the little clamper things that are like tongs to like pull it out.
Or if you don't have like Another way to be cheated with escargot is if you don't have a ton of bread that you can like dip the bread into the leftover butter too at the end.
When I'm done with an escargot dish, guys, it looks like there was never anything in it. I'm like scraping up all the butter. I'm just like, so good. It's not healthy at all. That's why I only do it occasionally. Moderation, guys. All right, Megan Morris. Looks like your super sticker is enjoying some mulled wine. I approve. Nice.
No, Lori. Okay, Lori answered my question. So she said no. It was about 5 geese that put me in the water off the dock. In Northern California.
Ooh, Northern California, cold.
Yikes.
Oof.
The geese look different in the UK. They're not Canadian geese like here in the US.
Musings of Midlife. I'm not sure what's in that cup, but I'm sure it's good. Scorpio Sue, are you going to miss the UK cider, Eliz?
Yes. Definitely.
I'm going to miss Thatcher's Gold. That stuff was delicious.
It was good. I really like...
Can we get that here?
Aspel's? That was the one that was like a little
what?
bit... Aspel cider?
Aspel?
Isn't that what it is? Aspel?
I don't know. Something like that.
That was also really good. And you could find it in the UK grocery stores and stuff too. But yeah, I feel like the cider here is just sweeter than the cider there, and I prefer the flavor profile in the UK. And so I'll be sad. Very sad.
You might be able to order some of that cider that you like.
Oh, really?
It's going to cost a lot of money, though.
Oh. If anybody needs a Christmas gift idea for me,
get me alcohol.
Get me Aspel cider. Although I might not drink it till January, so.
All right, Megan Morris. Okay, Kim M. I don't like it, but it is contempt without investigation. I have never actually tried escargot. I recommend trying it.
Yeah, me too.
As long as you get past the texture.
It's chewy
and
chewy thing, buttery, right? And very, very delicious.
But again, it's also one of those things about as long as you get past that, it's really, really good. And actually, because like the actual escargots, like the actual snails are so tiny, it's not like you're actually like, if you're putting that on bread, you don't even really like have the texture that much. Yeah,
that's true. If you add bread to the equation for bite one, just to see if you like it, then it's really gonna just taste like it's almost kind of like if what would be a similar texture? I always compare it to oysters, but I don't know if everybody's had oysters.
Or it's kind of similar like a cooked mussel almost.
Yeah, cooked mussel.
Yeah. Dad is saying he will go get us the stuff as soon as the bridge reopens. I did not know the bridge was closed. Megan Morris says graters should be available by the pint at Kroger or Fresh Market in your area.
Ooh.
All right, we will try it. Yes, Thomas, Jenny's is a Columbus thing, and there's not one nearby. Vega Bonnie says haircuts at the same...
Bat time, same bat place.
I'm confused.
I don't know.
Megan Morris, Columbus is probably the nearest Jenny's. I'm a bit of an ice cream enthusiast. Very cool.
So Megan's going to participate in the ice cream crawl. Yes.
More the merrier, man. Musings in Midlife, you guys have been out in the big bad world lately. What are your opinions on the possibility of my trip to Europe next September/October?
Okay, I don't know where exactly in Europe you're going, but don't quote me on this. I really don't. I don't know how fast the vaccine rollout, for example, in the U.S. is going to be. But once we get to like critical mass, which hopefully would be before September or October, I feel like travel will be able to resume. But there might be a caveat of like you have to prove that you've been vaccinated or something.
Yeah, so they have this idea of like a vaccine passport type thing where you get like a stamp and a doctor thing showing that you've been vaccinated and inoculated. But you know, the question remains about how long do they stay effective and all this other kind of stuff, right? So I think that, you know, once things have rolled out, you know, here in America and then also internationally also, they just started on Tuesday with their vaccinations in the UK, for instance. So I have a feeling that once most of the U.S. and the U.K. are vaccinated, that you'll see, travel between the two places being very easy, hopefully, as long as you can prove vaccination. So I don't know. I'm hoping that would open up the travel to a lot of other places as well in Europe, Asia, etc. So hopefully it looks good.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was that maybe by like the summertime ish, they're hoping to have a lot of people vaccinated here in the U.S. But
and we don't want to get into quoting those things because we have zero clue. We're just kind of regurgitating what we read in the news.
Yeah.
But our research is showing that like it's hopefully the majority of us are going to be able to be vaccinated by the summertime, and will have opted to do so. We are super in support of the vaccines.
Yep.
And want to be able to move on in our own travel lives. So we're just hopeful that it's going to open up doors that have been closed.
Yep. So, Thomas Ryder says, Christmas decorations, it is a small town near Mark and I. Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Glenn Camp, Undone is an incredible adult cartoon. Put it on your list.
Cool.
Interesting.
We'll have to.
Lori Sims, I usually fall asleep if I'm watching shows at night in bed and miss the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do that with books too. Like, Derek can, if he's really into a book, can like stay up and just read all night. And I just like slowly start to doze off to the point where like I realize that I'm a page further or something and I don't know where I just completely like went into stage 1 sleep.
Nick D, you mispronounced Emily in Paris. It's supposed to rhyme and not Emilys in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
I'm sorry. I think it's Jeu de Soleil.
I don't know what any of that means. Lori Sims, I have to catch up on the last few vids. Hit the bell for notifications. Yes, everybody, please do that. Maryland Dillon tried escargot on a cruise and it was only okay. Well, I'm sorry. Lori Sims, don't think the snails in your yard and it will be okay. We saw a ton of snails actually in the UK.
Yes, we did.
It became like an inside joke.
Especially in
Iggy!
The Dorset coast. Hi, Iggy. Welcome.
Gotta read it.
Hello from Torre Don Jimeno.
Okay. How was the food on the plane? I hope the journey was good. I find the plane food leaving Europe is tastier than when leaving the U.S. So
we flew.
It was good.
American, so it was an American
food. Well, American Airlines food.
So we flew first class, which it was super fun.
Yeah.
And we pre-ordered our meals. I pre-ordered the sea bass. And what did you get?
Got the corn-fed chicken, which I thought was really tasty.
There's also a corned beef option.
Honestly, though, I mean, it's airplane food, so there's a limit to how good it can be. But I thought mine was pretty tasty.
So
I had like a risotto.
Here's what happened with me. We got to the airport and we were in the first class lounge, and we ordered a full English breakfast, and it was super yummy. But the problem was that I ate a full English breakfast and then went onto the airplane, and then they served dinner like within an hour. And so, or I guess it was kind of like a lunch, but whatever. And then I was just not that hungry, so I only ate like half of it. But there was like a chocolate
Did you have
mousse.
The dessert?
I tried a little bit. I was really worried. That
was so good.
I was really worried it was like just loaded with dairy.
And you didn't give it to me?
Oh, so babe, you didn't ask for it. I would have given it to you. No. You could have just turned around and said, "Hi, can I?"
It was so funny because I was eating mine. So I was eating my dinner, and I was like, I guess I was eating slow or something, which is a rarity for me. But
you had just eaten a full English breakfast.
The flight attendant comes by and she's like, "You're not leaving that, are you?" And she pointed at the dessert, and I'm like, "No, I'm gonna eat that." And she's like, "Good." And so that's when I
she
knew.
Didn't
I'm
say
like,
that to me.
I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. And then I eat it, and it was delicious.
I really like. I'm not
tasty.
gonna lie to you guys. I love flying Delta because in their Delta One they serve hot fudge sundaes, and that's just like that just is my happy place. So I mean the moose thing, it was good, but it wasn't a hot fudge sundae.
Bye. If we have already missed you, sorry. Thank you for joining us. But yes, go feed your family.
Yes.
And yeah, we might be too young for the bat place reference. I'm not sure what it is. I'll Google it later. Using in midlife, I understand. I won't hold you to anything. Just wanted your opinions. Yeah, again, the opinion is hopefully as things roll out,
we're domestically, hopeful that you'll be okay, but yeah.
I would hope by then.
We want to travel by then again, so.
Yes. Thomas Reiser chomping at the bit to get the vaccine. Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be able to get it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because I remember you said that you have like asthma or something.
Ronnie Dove, anyone got any movies that aren't Christmas movies but always watch around this time of year? For me, it's the Godfather movies. Ronnie, so did you hear that Godfather Part 3 is getting a re-edit by Francis Ford Coppola?
I heard Derek went really deep into it one time when we were eating, and I was like, I don't care.
She didn't care.
I mean, I care, but like I needed like that snippet. I didn't need the whole history from Derek.
Like, well, actually, it wasn't that bad of a movie back when it first came out, but it's got the reputation as being the worst movie.
And I was like, I've never seen it. I don't care.
And Godfather Part 3 came out around Christmas time. So
that's true. That is true.
But yeah, no,
so Ronnie, you could probably talk to Ronnie all about it.
Yeah, Ronnie, he's heard of it and he can't wait to see it.
Yeah, exactly. You guys can like
director's cut. Well, I guess he's trimmed some stuff, maybe some of the Maria, like his daughter's like roles and stuff, and he's changed the ending even. So should be cool. Should be interesting. I read a whole article on it and I'm excited. But that means I'm going to have to watch 1, 2, 3. She's never seen any Godfather movie.
No, I haven't. I would love to watch all of the Harry Potter movies, but Derek like always makes me not watch Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, she's a big Harry Potter. Yeah.
But I feel like they're like kind of Christmassy, maybe. I don't know.
And Megan Moore says Coppola's Vineyard, a must-win in Cali wine country. We actually went there. We went to the Francis Ford Coppola Vineyard, and what's really
so many cool like museum items.
Yeah, so what's cool is they have a ton of props from both him and his daughter's movies, because she did the that car movie, the Tucker Mobile thing, and like they actually have the car from the movie in it. And that's like really cool.
So it's kind of like going to a museum and a wine tasting at the same time. It's really nice, and the wine's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I know, Ronnie. I'm sorry. I've never seen it. I'm embarrassed about it.
No, but you also don't like crime, like movies and thrillers.
Like I never watched. What was that show on HBO?
Sopranos.
I never watched that.
I've never seen The Sopranos all the way through, but I want to. I've heard it's good. So what? All right. Other movies
Ronnie. Though. Harry Potter is great.
Any other movies though that we watch around this time of year?
Mary Ellen, I only watched the first Harry Potter movie and the first Godfather. Well, it sounds like you have a lot to catch up on.
Basically the same movie. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I can't think of any other. I mean, Christmas movies. Obviously, there's Christmas Story. Wonderful Life.
Every single Hallmark movie.
All the Hallmark movies. Yes.
Thomas Reiser says he gets to fly first class on Alaska this summer as he goes from Chicago to Anchorage.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. That's going to be a great flight.
I'm really jealous of that trip because I've always wanted to go to Alaska. And my best friend and I were talking about going together. But I believe we were talking about doing it in May 2020, back when those conversations were formulating. And then it just totally fell off. Totally fell.
Wow, Bonnie. Bonnie got a Scotch Advent calendar. It's like traveling the Highlands and doing a distillery tour from my home.
They have that. I love that idea.
Cool.
I think they have wine Advent calendars too. I know they have beauty ones, which I've always been wanting to get, but I never think to order the Advent calendar with enough time.
Yeah, it's like 30 days in advance.
Your brother posted on Facebook that he ordered an Advent calendar in August.
Nuts.
I forget for what, but...
All right. Ronnie Dove, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. It's a good line from part 3. Having not traveled this year, my points have really gone up. I may upgrade my next flight to Europe or just keep saving them for a trip to Asia. Your thoughts? Well, if it's between an extra trip or upgrading, I would do the extra trip probably. And honestly, I would try to actually do the Asia trip upgraded because it's a long flight. So that would be what I would think about doing.
Yeah. So California to Europe is enough time, theoretically, to probably get more sleep on a red eye too. So we somehow always find ourselves doing East Coast red eye to like Western Europe, and it's just like 5 or 6 hours long, and you get there and you're like beat. And so if you're doing economy that distance, you probably will be able to get a little bit more sleep too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, that would be my thing. But Asia's awesome. Like I want to get back to Asia as soon as possible because there's a lot to do.
Eat the Peking duck.
Eat the Peking duck. Eat the dim sum.
Oh gosh, yes.
Depends on where you would go.
Although she's in California, so she has access to good dim sum.
That's true. You have Din Tai Fung.
Yeah. Thomas says we should do Alaska this coming summer. You know what? If we can't go abroad, really, it would be pretty high up on our list, I would say.
Yeah. Lori Sim says lots of vineyards burned down this last year in the firestorms that raged in California. Yeah, actually, one of the vineyards that we belong to.
We belong to 2 wine clubs, and one of them.
Yeah, and one of them is not going to have I don't think they're going to have a vintage this year because of it. Because they had to call the season short, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think they burnt down. I think it just is, they were in that general area. Scorpio Sue says, Sound of Music 2 along with Family Stone. Interesting.
I think they weren't able to harvest.
Yeah, they weren't able to harvest.
Yeah.
They were able to harvest some, but not enough to actually make a vintage.
The Sound of Music is such a fun movie.
Yeah. Andy Lee, how did you get back to the States from Scotland? So we actually went down to England and we flew out of Heathrow. So we went from Scotland down to York.
Okay. I'll just say we drove from like low tier to low tier areas without stopping at all in between. So we were very careful and like precise about how we got from the Highlands to Heathrow.
Yeah, so it's really it's we were driving, we kind of broke it in like 4-hour drive chunks to get where we were going. And yeah, it was nice. It was easy, and now we're back.
And we even filmed a video during these trips with, so it's like a comprehensive, like I can't even say anything but the word comprehensive overview of everything that we learned about driving in the UK as Americans or as people who drive on the other side of the road usually, or that sort of thing.
So that'll be coming out sometime.
Yeah, I think there's 6 sections of that video.
6 sections, and each section has multiple points in it, so it's like it's gonna be long. Actually, Eliz kept telling me like you need to make it snappier. You need to be quicker, less anecdotes, because this is gonna be an hour movie and we can't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, this is gonna be hard to edit if you keep adding these anecdotes, Derek.
I'm like, well, what about this?
He's like, but I want to. That's what the people want, my personality. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They love you, but you gotta.
And as my dad says, so my dad's chiming in on the movie front. He's saying that my mom, Dar, loves Die Hard movies at Christmas. I think my mom likes Die Hard movies all the time. I don't think she's ever seen Die Hard on TV and not stopped, basically. But yeah, no, it's great. Scorpio Sue says they have a jam advent calendar.
I just read that and I got really excited because I love jam and I love the little bone maman. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
That'd actually be really good because each day then you could have jam and toast and have a different type of jam. That'd be really kind of cool.
I would be super into a jam advent calendar. That would be super fun.
Megan Morris says, 4 Christmases, Love Actually, The Holiday, and Home Alone. Duh, sorry. These are all the Christmas wrecks that everyone has already seen.
Yeah.
But you are missing...
I have seen all of those.
You're missing a major one, which is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
You love Love Actually.
Love Actually is actually one of my favorites, yeah.
I mean, all of those are really good, though.
Yeah. Ronnie Dove, definitely want to go to Japan one day. Me too, Ronnie. I've been briefly.
Japan's my number one place I want to go to in Asia and have not been. And I think it's mostly because I'm obsessed with Japanese food. It's like my favorite cuisine.
Sushi. She's a sushi
I love sushi,
fiend.
but I also love like everything else that I've tried that's Japanese too. So.
And if we go to Singapore, because we have friends in Singapore that we'd like to visit, you can fly through Japan. So maybe we'd look to do like a stopover in Japan for a few days before continuing on to Singapore to see them or something. We could even fly back through Japan again and do another stopover maybe. Yeah. So that's a possibility.
But yeah, Japan's really high up for me.
Ruth is saying, those of you chomping at the bit to get your vaccine are being terribly brave. She wants to try it first, just like Mikey. Yeah, no, it's great. And actually, so in the UK, I know that I was just watching this morning. They were talking about the first person to get the vaccine in the UK from the rollout was like an 86-year-old woman, and like the next person was like a 90-year-old man. So that was kind of cool. Eric B wants to make Iceland happen in 2021. That's cool. Yeah, this is like the time of the year, guys, to like start thinking about 2021 travel and like what's on the docket for next year.
And I have heard that it's getting really booked already because there's all these people who had like, you know, their flights canceled, so they have credits and stuff like that. So if you haven't already started looking, I definitely recommend doing that. If there's like very specific times you need to go, if there's very specific places you want to go, just because we are not doing that doesn't mean you shouldn't. Like we just have a little bit more like things that we have to juggle and figure out. But like, especially if you have credits and those credits could easily be pushed back again or something like that. Register those or whatever. What's the word? Like book with the credits.
Yep. Scorpio Sue, I'm still collecting travel books for my birthday. My son got me Rick Steves' Istanbul guidebook.
Nice.
Turkey, as you all know, Turkey's high on my list. I wanted to go while we were abroad.
You did.
It didn't happen. They got taken off the travel corridor list, so we couldn't do that and stay in the UK and all that kind of stuff. So that didn't happen. But one of these days, Istanbul is Constantinople.
It sounds like Thomas Reiser is saying that Rick Steves has several new releases coming in January for cool. Travel books. That's great. Also, I think he has a new season of travel shows that got released while we were abroad. I know.
Gotta catch up.
I know. We have. What have we been doing? Watching Skillshare and Netflix. We gotta jump on that Rick Steves train.
Yeah, there's so much content to consume.
I know. I feel like so much got released all when we were gone.
Yeah, so Meg Moore says, driving to Australia was a bit stressful. I can't imagine doing the one-lane hedgerows in the UK. Yeah, those are a bit much. I drove all of those.
Day one.
One of our tips is don't be a hero. Yeah, secrets.
One of the driving tips is don't be a hero on your first day.
Yeah, it's like maybe stick more like to highways and stuff like that that are easier. But like those like the first place that I drove in was Kent, and Kent was okay. There was like definitely like for the first day it was a little bit much, and there are certain areas the second day of driving when I went from like to go do Sunrise for the White Cliffs of Dover. There was like those single lane roads going down like super steep and narrow stuff, and that was a bit much. And in Cornwall, there's definitely like more of that like hedgerows and stuff. That was a little stressful. But yeah, no, it was all good.
Yeah, I mean, I was freaking out though for the first few times in the hedgerows. I was just as a passenger.
Yeah, she freaked out a lot. Lori Sims, I'm a smaller person, so I can curl up in a window and sleep, or put my head on the tray for the 10+ hour flight to London and get off and go all day, no jet lag. That's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm
Plus
also a small
10 hours,
person,
which is great.
and so I find the window seat to be like just amazing. Yeah. I try to book it every time because you can sleep so much better with that. I recommend, because I feel like if I try to sleep on the tray, I like can't. It kind of like makes me have to like pivot in ways that like make my shoulders hurt when we land and stuff. I would recommend bringing a memory foam
neck
pillow, one that actually like cradles your chin even.
Yeah.
And then I just lean against the window and have the thing, and then my neck is like perfect the entire trip, and I can sleep.
Yeah, and
we have
I'm not one
actually,
for.
It's right over there.
Yeah, I'm not one usually for like neck pillows, but these are actually really nice neck pillows.
This is an old model. I think they have a new one. Oh, here's a.
And they like connect in the front, so like it keeps your head like up and stuff. They're actually really nice.
Yeah, so this is Kaboo Evolution pillow. This is Derek's. It's red. But I'll model it because so you can see what I'm saying. Yeah, my hair. You model it.
Put it on, and then you can actually like.
You connect it together and stuff.
I don't know how you connect it.
You'll figure it out.
Somehow these. Oh yeah, it just connects right.
Yeah, it connects right there.
So like, go like that, and then you can like.
And then it literally like your chin, like your head does not move. Your chin rests right there.
It's like I got in a car accident.
But it's nice if you ever wake up with like cranked neck or something like that. Which I've done a ton when I don't have those pillows with me.
Yeah, so that's a great one. Lori Sims watched National Lampoon's 2 times in the last week. Good job. Actually, so a buddy of mine on his Instagram, he has like a board. I guess they have it for every year, and they've done it for the last 3 years now, which is 3 movies. I think it's like Home Alone, National Lampoons, and maybe Love Actually, and it's like how many times do you watch it each year? And one year they watched National Lampoons 16 times or something like that. So I'm curious to see if he beats the record this year.
That's crazy.
And Scorpio Sue says Clark did get a Jam of the Month. Very cool. Yes, and Megan Morrissey agrees. So, and my dad is saying that my mom also stops whenever The Godfather's on. Yes.
Rick Steves has been reposting a lot of, I assume, info videos.
So, Scorpio Sue says, I think I'm going to plan for 2022 and maybe do a U.S. beach vacay in 2021. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a safe bet, for sure.
Eric B says, I found some great deals for Iceland in March. Just don't know if I'll be able to get there by then. I'll push back to September or October.
Yeah.
Okay. Fingers crossed to go to Christmas markets in 2021, says Thomas Reiser. Yes, I hope so. I was actually a little bit surprised by like the outdoor markets that they still had open in like York and stuff, which tells me that they were probably going to have more like Christmassy markets still open in the UK right now, which they actually seem to have because we walked along the Thames and they seem to have some of that stuff open. So
they did. It wasn't on the same scale.
No, it's not on the same scale, but it's still definitely present.
Yeah, it was.
Which I was surprised about because I don't think any of that stuff's in the U.S. I think a lot of that stuff's canceled this year.
Nick says he uses a Nick pillow. Always, any pillow.
Figure Bunny, I'm still waiting on my refund for my flight to India from April. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Got my refund for my September Africa flight though, which is good.
Well,
Okay, so...
I hope you get that's so long ago.
Dang, Megan had a heck of a 2020 lined up. Turkey, Peru, and Japan were all canceled. Sorry about that. That sucks. At least I got to go to Switzerland, Morocco, France in January, and Mexico twice this fall. Can't wait for 2021 travel. Megan, you are a travel maniac.
Yeah,
that's
that
awesome.
is a really cool lineup.
That's a great lineup. Megan Morris, amen. I was at the markets in Prague and Copenhagen this time last year.
Love that.
Nick, you're funny, bud. Thomas Reiser, Kent is more used to people from right driving countries because of the channel. Mm-hmm. That's true, actually. We were in Kent, and that started our inside joke of don't go in the channel.
Yeah, it was like...
Eliz kept being like, just don't end up in France. Just don't end up in France.
Yeah, I literally was like, all right, we're going to Dover, but just, we have to make sure we're really on the map, because, like, making sure we're following
don't get
the map,
in the
because,
wrong
like,
lane.
If you get in the wrong lane, you wind up in the channel.
All right, Mutants at Midlife. Woo!
Yay! Wave! You gave us enough time to, like, cool off after the last one. Thank you.
Good night, my beautiful peeps. Talk to everyone next time.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
And yes.
Hopefully see you Sunday. We are doing our live stream on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. As usual.
Jazz
hands.
Lori Sims, yeah, I got a great neck pillow from my parents last year. Have not used it yet, but will in 2021. Nice.
Terrific.
Vega Bonnie, I have one of those turtleneck pillows. They're great because they hold your neck up and keep it warm.
I've been so curious about those. I've seen those advertised.
Never heard of those.
They're like, I can't even use my words. I'll show it to you at some point.
So Megan Morris says, most beautiful, safe, and clean place ever. Lucerne would be my top pick, but also went to Zurich and Geneva. I've been to Zurich and Geneva for work before. Never been to Lucerne, and I need to go back to Zurich and Geneva because I never got to do anything fun there. So need to do that. Annie Lee, how did you get back from Scotland, back to the U.S. from Scotland? We already answered this once, but we drove down to Heathrow, and then we flew back.
Yeah.
So. Nick D, you make me lol. Oh, Vega Bonnie is telling Nick D. Yeah, he's funny. Megan Morris, Caribbean beaches are open, such as Mexico, Jamaica, Dominican Republic. Felt much safer at Mexican beaches than I would in most U.S. beaches currently.
I actually read an article about that, I think it was like somebody from Conde Nast Traveler went down and reported back about how safe they felt at like an all-inclusive resort in Mexico. So that's good that they're making everybody feel safe.
Yeah. All right. London is about to go tier 3 according to Thomas Reiser. That's not surprising. I was actually surprised it was tier 2 only. But lucky for us because we got to go experience it before we left, and didn't have to worry about it in terms of going down there to fly out and everything. Lori Sims, great night to have you back. Means travel. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
I don't know if Lori's heading out.
I think she is.
But thanks for joining if you are.
Yep.
Thank you so much. And hopefully see you on Sunday.
And according to Bonnie, Switzerland is so beautiful but expensive. Yeah, Switzerland is very expensive.
I still haven't been. Derek's been twice for work.
The chocolate is delicious.
Yes. Thank you for bringing me back some chocolate.
You're welcome.
I would love to go visit Switzerland someday, though.
That'd be cool.
But it's probably going to be one of those, like, we wouldn't spend an entire week there for budget reasons. Unless we were feeling really splashy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's so easy to go to other places, though, too, from there, right? You can go down to Italy, France, Germany. Like, it's very easy.
I bet if you plan far enough in advance, you could find decent hotels and stuff, but I don't know.
It's supposed to have one of the most beautiful and top-rated hostels, actually, in Switzerland, because it has, like, a view of the Alps.
Rick Steves always recommends a hostel in Grindelwald in Switzerland.
Like Harry Potter Grindelwald?
Yeah. Same.
Like
same.
The Crimes of?
Same, yeah.
Weird. All right, guys. So it's 9:13.
It is.
It's getting late.
We've been chatting and it's been so fun.
It has been fun. So if there's any last minute questions, we can take them now. Otherwise, we will be calling it an evening. I
hope we got to everybody's questions. If we did not, we missed it, and I'm sorry. And we want to answer them either tonight or on Sunday.
Yes.
So yes, thank you guys, everybody, for joining. Thank you for pressing that like button. If you already did, thank you guys just for your constant support of this channel and for making us laugh and by giving us super chats. So many wonderful, wonderful super chats. So,
Lori Sims still here. Switzerland was my first experience with a down duvet, and I loved it.
Okay, you know what I did miss? Somebody asked me this. I think it was Lori or Bonnie or something. Several weeks ago about what I missed most about the U.S.
Our bed.
I missed top sheets. Every hotel, every Airbnb does not have it's just the sheet on the what is it called? The fitted sheet, and then the duvet. There's no top sheet. And I really missed the top sheet. That's what I miss the most about the U.S. Because sometimes you just you're hot, but you want something on you. Let's bring top sheets. Let's bring top sheets over there.
Alrighty. Megan Morris, Buenos noches. Means hope you will do some happy hour streams in the upcoming months. We can mix it up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe we'll do another poll and see what people are into.
Boozy Sunday brunch, guys.
But I know, Megan, I'm not sure if Sunday works for you as well, but we are going to be back on Sunday, Sunday morning. So hopefully you guys can join if you're around. We definitely would love to keep chatting with everybody and keep this community strong and chatting and alive and everything.
Chatting into 2021.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thanks everybody who is on for being on for so long tonight, for catching up with us, for asking amazing questions, and just giving us stuff to look forward to every single week, especially while we're in quarantine right now. So we'll catch you guys on Sunday. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Good night.
Oh,